If you're a real estate investor who likes money and owns a home, there's an awesome way to turn the value of your current home and the equity you've built up into a steady flow of income. Imagine a way in which you could pay part of your mortgage with another investment. Not only am I going to show you how to do that, but also how you can take that cash flow and reinvest it into several more real estate properties as time goes on. Guys, we've all heard the term HELOC. So what is HELOC? It is a home equity line of credit. Now, most lines of credit, the unfortunate part is they have floating rates. It's a great way to tap in some equity in your home, but for me, I always tell people, if you want to tap it to make a big purchase like a car that you pay down aggressively, more power to you. What I'm talking about here is, let's say you have a property and you bought a home back in 2016 for $300,000. My guess is that home is probably worth $500 or more. Let's say it's worth $600,000. Back then, you put 20% down. So you had a total mortgage of $240,000 that's now probably, call it $200,000. So your current equity is $400,000 in your home. Now, what I'm going to explain here does involve having more debt, but that more debt can yield you more down the road. So the first question you're going to say is, but Paul, I bought this thing and I refinanced it in 2020, 2021. I have a 3% mortgage. I understand completely. And for people who want that, that's a great way to go. My own wife has a home that she bought in 2019 that she has a rate of 2.625. I always joke with her and say, you're never selling that home. And she rents it out right now and she generates $2,000 a month in free cash flow from a $400,000 house. It's absolutely incredible. But at some point down the road, as she's paid down more debt and as the value of the property goes up, let's say hypothetically 10 years down the road, the house is worth $650 because it's worth about $450 or $500 right now. Let's say it's worth $650 or $700 down the road and she owes $200. There's a lot of equity there that she can take out and use it to buy another piece of real estate. And that's what's really important because everybody gets attached to this low rate. 2.625% is what she has. You might have 3%. You might have 4%. They're wonderful rates, guys. And I don't blame anyone who doesn't want to get rid of them. However, if you're able to take part of that $400,000 in value, take $200,000 of it and put it in a down payment to buy an $800,000 property. Now you own your home and you own an $800,000 property. So instead of owning one asset worth $600,000, you now own two assets worth $1.4 million. That's how you can tap the equity in your home to buy another property. And this $800,000 property could probably generate you an extra $15,000 to $30,000 a year in extra cash flow. That alone probably paid the extra part of your mortgage. But now you have, on top of that, you're covering the extra mortgage and you have two properties worth $1.4 million growing at around 4% per year. You're growing in value at $56,000 per year. But wait, there's more. You're also paying down the mortgage on these properties. Now, I'm making it sound very simple, and it is simple, but it's not easy. And I don't recommend doing a HELOC, a home equity line of credit, when you're going to buy a big apartment property for rental. I encourage you on doing a full refinance. That way you have your locked in rate. Same with your new property you're buying. Have a locked in rate. Your job is to own and operate a good piece of real estate and make it better. Your job is not to play the real estate interest game. I don't want you trying to guess where rates are going up or down. We have no idea. But what I can tell you is your job is to make your properties as nice as possible and keep the values going up and keep your cash flow going up. Because today, this property is generating $15,000 to $30,000 a year in cash flow, but 10 years from now, it's probably generating $60,000 to $80,000 a year in cash flow. It's all about that long-term game. So guys, again, this is simple but not easy. This channel is created. I own over 1,000 homes and apartments in 5 different states and in 5 different countries. I know what I'm doing. And real estate's a great way to build wealth. I always tell people when I started in real estate, you grind every day, you grind. But I had big apartments. It was a full-time job. But then you wake up 5 or 10 years down the road going, holy cow, If I buy, renovate, rehab, rent, repeat over and over, I can grow to a lot of wealth. Guys, that's what the key for what we're trying to do is here. So do me a favor. I need you to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment below on any comments you have about the content, as well as any other videos you want to see. I'm very active right now because the channel's small, so I'm personally responding to comments in the comments below. When you see a PG at the signature, that's me actually talking. So back to this. Again, you bought a home in 2016. It's gone up in value. During a full refinance, take your cash out tax-free, because when you take an extra mortgage out, you're not generating income. It's tax-free money. Go use it to buy a bigger property that also generates you cash flow. That extra cash flow can help offset the higher mortgage payment. And now you have two assets growing and increasing in value. And I even talked about renovating. I haven't talked about the tax benefits. This is all cream on top. And that's what I'm trying to teach you here. That's what's amazing. And guys, you don't need to do this to become worth $100 million. If you just do this once a year, finding a good property, you don't have to buy an $800,000 property. Finding one good property between $200,000 and $300,000 in value on the high side, you'll be worth 10 or 20 million bucks in a few decades. That's what I'm here to teach. Again, it's simple, but not easy. The process that I've done to do this over and over again in these 1,000 apartments has made me so much wealth that this channel can be used to just constantly reinvest the money. How do you really generate this? There's a thing called the BRRRR method. And anybody who's read anything about real estate knows this. You buy the property, you renovate the property, you rent the property, you refinance the property, and then you repeat the process. And if you do this once a year on a property, it's going to build so much wealth for you. And by the way, guys, if you sit there and say, listen, I don't want a bigger mortgage, more power to you. Save up your money, keep buying a property, increase the value, pay down your debt. You're still going to end up being a very, very wealthy person. This is not some trick, some loophole, some secret. It's a very simple process that I'm here to teach you step by step. All I'm trying to show you is your biggest asset, which is your home. If it's gone up in value a lot and you have the income to support a higher mortgage, maybe it's an opportunity for you. I'm not condoning more debt just to have more debt. I know there's a lot of Dave Ramsey people who say debt's terrible. That's not true. Your goal in debt, whenever you buy something, is can I get a higher return than the interest I'm being charged? If you can buy an apartment building or a single family home or a two family and pay 6.5% interest, if your return's higher than 6.5%, you do it. Don't listen to Dave Ramsey. Those are the people who hate debt. It's absolutely asinine and stupid. Debt can be your friend. Excessive debt can hurt you. Too little debt, you just won't make as much money, but it's a good way to sleep at night. So guys, if you want the step-by-step guide on how to invest in real estate, do me a favor, watch this next video, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Thank you for your time.